Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat so we can get started. Okay. I just got off of a flight from New York. Well, to New York, excuse me. I just got off of a flight. One of my, I've been telling you guys, I've been a little bit busy because one of my Airbnbs, or whatever you want to call it, was pretty much damaged by this fucking rock star who wanted to throw a fucking massive party. I have some of the, most illustrious places in New York City. Not even just my fucking house. I just have rentals that are just like beautiful, artistic, because I'm an artist. And there was somebody that pretty much threw a riot inside of one of my places because they're centrally located. This one in particular was in a centrally located area in Manhattan, and they literally destroyed my place. So I've been dealing with that. I didn't have time yesterday, but today I got time. And right now we're broadcasting from my multi-million-dollar mansion right now. So I wanted to respond to everybody else, and excuse me for the wrinkled shirt. Obviously I've been sleeping on the goddamn plane most of the day to get back. I was in California for a while, but I'm back, and now I'm here. So here's what the reality is. I got a lot of messages, that said, Charleston White won, Charleston White this. Let me tell you something. I'm $50 million up. That means I got $50 million in the bank. I saw somebody who left a comment and said, you know what, he's a paper millionaire. Nah, motherfucker, not at all. I'm $50 million up, and there's some things that you can't do to people like me. Namely, hold on, let me because I'm gonna take the exhibit up because I want you guys to see this, what I've done, because I've turned this motherfucker into a meme. It's some things that you can't do to a person like me. Why? Just because I got too much power and too much influence. When you are fucking with a person with too much power and too much influence, it's not what you think. When I say my quote, am I in the streets? No. Am I in the streets? Yes. That means something. That means even though I'm not in the streets, motherfucker, I can be in the streets for whatever the fuck you're talking about. And on the other side, I cannot be in the streets. So I can fuck you up on a whole different, a lot of different levels. So let me enlighten you guys on something. And then I'll get into who I am. I just want to show you a shirt because we put Charleston White on another shirt. It's called the fraud shirt. So let me make sure I can get that preview open. All right, so I'm going to share my screen because I want you guys to see this. It's not meant to be funny. It's just meant to be truthful. And this is why I was able to get all of my money back. Here were the 2 transactions that I did with Charleston White. And, a lot of you probably are wondering, why did you do 2 transactions? I did 2 transactions because I'm 30 steps above these people. And I knew Charleston White was going to come online. He was going to act up. But, as the shirt says, according to, Title 18, Section 1343 of federal law, if you're sending money, through the banking system and you're, committing fraudulent activity, it's known as wire fraud. So the reason why I sent 2 transactions is so he can get hit with 2 different counts of wire fraud. Now, that's up to me whether I want to pursue it. But we have video of him saying, hey, man, you sent me money. So you can't say I didn't. I did. We have video of him saying that he's going to disconnect the conversation before it was done. So that's fraud. If I paid you for something that you didn't do, that's fraud. And this T-shirt that I have is known as Wire Fraud Charleston, because that's the law. It's literally federal law, Title 18, 1343. And even worse than that, because I knew he was going to do some fucked up shit. So what I did was I contacted my lawyer. I have high-power lawyers in Manhattan. Like when I say I have money, this is not a joke. I'm 50 up. These motherfuckers are not on my level. I contacted my lawyer and I said, you know what, somebody's going to send you some money. A part of that federal law is, it's even worse when it's through a national bank. And guess what bank my lawyer banks with? It won't tell you that, but it's a national bank. So if you're doing e-commerce and you're doing anything commerce-wise and you're scamming individuals, that's known as wire fraud. Charleston, you work for me. Let me tell you something, Charleston. You never talk back to your employer. You know, people said, well, you're paying all this money. I don't give a fuck. I came into this game with money. Just like I fucking told everybody that was following me. I said I came into the game with money, and I showed it. I purchased that motherfucker like the little pussy he was. Let me tell you something about me. I was born in New York, Brooklyn. I was raised in North Philadelphia. The beginning stages, the middle stages of my 20s, I spent that in Northeast DC. All of those cities are nothing to play with. So that shaped my development. I'm not going to let anybody play with me. Charleston White, you committed wire fraud. That's why I was able to get all of my money back. See, you can pull that shit with these little gangsters online that don't know shit and don't have a fucking bank account. You're dealing with a motherfucker that's 50M up. That's why I don't show my fucking face, because I got too much fucking money to show my face. My buildings are too popular to show my face. But at the same time, I want to have a voice. You work for me, fucking Charleston. You work for fucking me. And you were supposed to come online and dance like the fucking Bojangles that you were. Because I paid for it. He said, this stupid motherfucker paid for time. No. This stupid motherfucker paid for your time. Some shit that you can never get back. So who's really winning? You said your price is $10,000 and I paid you $2,500. I'm 50M up. I paid you like the dirty piece of shit that you were. The dirty wife beater wearing motherfucker that you are. So who really won out of that situation? Now, I'm faced with a lot of different situations. You know, do I pursue this? Do I hit him with the wire fraud? Everybody that's joining, basically what I said was, I knew Charleston White was going to behave the way that he did. So what did I do? I created, or this is the t-shirt that we're going to have for him. But what I did was I split the payments into two, because I know that one wire fraud count carries 20 years. Two wire fraud counts carries 40 years. The maximum is 60 years. And I knew that if I split the payments up, then that's two different wire fraud cases that he has to deal with. Why did I do that? Because I'm smarter than you. And I knew you were going to try to fuck me out of my money. That's why I was able to get my money back. Just like that. So you're used to dealing with motherfuckers that don't know anything. I have the top lawyers, top accountants in the whole fucking city, in the whole fucking country. You can never fuck with me. Millionaire Bachelor is who he says he is. Why? Because I just fucking am. I was christened by fucking reality. Charleston White, we don't ever have to do business again. I already got my money back. It would be in your best interest to get back on camera and dance like the monkey you are. That would be in your best interest. You thought that I was going to allow you to come on here and talk your shit. Again, I was born in Brooklyn. I was raised in North Philly. I spent the latter years of my 20s in the Northeast section of DC. None of those sections are pussy. I'm not going to allow you to come on my platform and say whatever the fuck you want to. Fuck you. You don't even understand what wire fraud is because you committed it like it was nothing. And you're communicating with my manager as if, hey, man, nothing happened here. Nothing here to see. Again, am I in the streets? No. Am I in the streets? Absolutely. What does that mean? I can fuck you up in the courts. I can fuck you up legally. Or I can fuck you up in the streets, however you want to take it. I know what you look like. You don't know what I look like. And this is a segment where I'm going to respond to everybody. So a lot of people had a lot of things to say. Oh, you're paying for time. That's how business works, my friend. Like nothing in this world is free. Nothing in this world is free. And I came on the internet not asking for no fucking favors. I came on the internet like the fucking millionaire I was and dropped 50,000 on these pussies. I dropped 50,000 on these pussies and bought their time like little fucking slaves. Yeah, I did. And can you do that? Can you do that? Can you come on and say, you know what, pussy? Come on, dance like Bojangles. You can't do that. But you're not going to come on my platform and try to, upshine and upstage me. It's not going to happen because I got more than you, Charleston White, in real life. You said you've been touring for 2 years and only made $2 million. That means you're a fucking moron. That means you're a fucking moron. I'm in my early 30s and touching at least 50 million right now. Who the fuck is winning and who the fuck is losing? And you think that you, one-eye you that's wearing wife beaters from the country can ever do anything with me? You think that I'm not going to get that small, those pennies back? That's fucking pennies. You think I can't make you pay for all the dumb shit that you've done? You really believe that? He says, oh, it would be more beneficial to have a conversation with me. No, it would be more beneficial for you to have a fucking conversation with me. All of these YouTube people that's on YouTube, they have no fucking money. All of these people that want to show their face and want to show how much money they got, they're all cat. None of them got money. The only person that got money online is the person that don't want to show his face, is the person that don't want fame. And that's Millionaire Bachelor. You guys have witnessed it time in and time out. If I paid you money for you to have an obligation, your obligation was 30 minutes. You came an hour late. Everybody saw it. And on top of being an hour late, you canceled the interview 14 minutes in. That shows no integrity. What he doesn't understand is I won that argument. And he took another L because he showed the people he has no integrity. You were hired to be a slave. That's what you were hired to do. I've worked your time like the slave you were. And you were supposed to perform and dance like Bojangles like you are. Nobody can pay for my time. That's why I don't sell shit. That's why I don't sell shit online, because I don't like people to pay for my fucking time. My time is really fucking valuable. The only thing that a motherfucker can pay for my time with is a Patreon, in which I'm like, okay, cool, I'll tell you the secrets of real estate. But that's it. Other than that, you can't pay for my fucking time because my time is that fucking valuable. This guy is a whore. He is a whore on social media. Everybody can pay for his time. You want a little bit of Charleston time? Only thing you got to do is give him $2,500. Honestly, the first time I paid him $1,000. I didn't even pay him $2,500, and I got 50 million in the bank. I paid him $1,000 because I knew a slave when I saw one. That's the reality. And then he contacts my manager. Listen, dude, it's something called a lawyer. That's what you need. When you're fucking with a person like me, you need a lawyer. And you need me to have graciousness upon you, because your life is literally in my hands right now. You're accepting currency through the United States bank system, and you're not fulfilling your obligations. That's known as wire fraud. That's nothing. That's easy to take your dumb ass off the streets. You one-eyed, wife-beating motherfucker. That's easy. All this shit you popping online, you'd be off the streets tomorrow if I wanted to. It's only from fucking gracious and the good heart that I have that I haven't even pursued the shit. Only thing I wanted was my money back, and I got it back. Of course, Millionaire Bachelor always fucking wins. Everybody is taking the L to Millionaire Bachelor because I'm coming online and I'm showing that everybody is not real. All these people that want to talk about this glitz and glamour and all that bullshit, it's not real. It's all fake. It's not real. The real shit is actually enjoying your life. When you see all these people traveling around and going to all these hotels, they're not real. When you see a motherfucker that's been stationary inside of his mansion, swimming in his fucking pools, that's real. Because the outside world can't influence what the fuck I got going on. The outside world can't influence shit what I got going on. I pay those motherfuckers. I'm the reason why Charleston White's family had something to put in their fucking mouth. That was me. And what did I get in return? Well, I got what I wanted. A fool to come online and show that he was a fool. And at the end of the day, I won. And he doesn't even understand it yet. It's like, the issue that I had with Charleston White is really like me beating on a disabled kid. And the reason why it's like beating on a disabled kid is because he doesn't understand business. And in 2 seconds, I can get him fucking taken off of everything. from committing wire fraud. Whenever you use the United States bank system and you do something where you're signing contracts, you don't fulfill your obligations, that's known as wire fraud, man. That's how all of these motherfuckers get caught up on these RICOs. And I haven't even pursued it yet. Because, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to see the dude in jail. But at the end of the day, you sitting up there saying all types of shit about me. But yet, I have not put your ass in jail yet. I'm going to put it back up. Here are the two transactions. The reason why I split up these two transactions with Charleston White, I'm going to tell you right now, is because every single transaction is another wire fraud case. And I knew he was going to do what he was going to do. These people are not on my level at all. You got two wire fraud situations right now on your hand, Charleston White, because Millionaire Bachelor is a dick. And each wire fraud transaction carries 20 years. Checkmate, bitch. Checkmate. You cannot use the United States bank system. You cannot use the United States bank system to scam. Not only that, on my YouTube, you admit it. Hey, he paid me $2,500. So you're fucked. We got you in 4K saying stupid shit. These motherfuckers are not on my level. That's why I came on YouTube, because there was so many fakes and frauds. I'm here just playing in my fucking private swimming pool as a fucking millionaire in my fucking young 30s that comes from nothing. And I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of opportunity in this internet shit, but everybody's fucking lying. And I come on the internet to reach out to these people. And what do? They scam. That's all they do. And the reason why they scam is because they really don't have anything. Millionaire Bachelor is paying the money out. So you can't say I'm scamming, because I'm paying people. I'm paying them like the bitches that they are for their time, so they can fucking dance like strippers that they are. So you can't say that I'm doing anything to anybody. But I'm not getting the product in return. See, the reason why I'm deadly is because not only can I play on this corporate level with the Titans, I can also pop your ass in the streets and get away with it. That's why Millionaire Bachelor is so deadly. The world has never seen no shit like this. Not on front screen. Not on the screen. They have never seen no shit like this. How the fuck is this motherfucker just like that and still can fucking kill me? It just happens that way. I'm gonna read the chats, but somebody said you were snitching. Again, I'm not in the streets. There is no such thing as snitching. When you have $50 million, there is no such thing as snitching. That's not even a concept that we even have. Like, what do you mean? It's not even a concept that we have. Snitching is just reality. You use the United States bank system to fraud someone. You can't do that on this level. Even if I don't pick it up, my lawyers are going to pick it up. If my lawyers don't pick it up, my accountants are going to pick it up. That's what happens when you deal with the upper echelons of individuals. It's no longer snitching. Why? Because if my accountant doesn't catch it, then he's in trouble with the IRS. If my attorney doesn't catch it, then he can get hit with malpractice. See, you motherfuckers are two-dimensional thinkers. That's why I got life-size chess pieces inside of my garden for a reason. Because it gets hairy at the top. It gets really hairy at the top. I want to respond to this. Jess says, you got finessed. No, not at all. I got my money back. I got every single dollar back. And on top of that, I made a t-shirt out of it. And I'm going to make money from that. So how did I get finessed? I got an interview for free. Made a t-shirt out of his dumb ass. So how did I get finessed? And what world do you live in that's a finesse? I mean, I'm waiting on you, Juice, because I just saw it. You know, I see a lot of shit now, but I just saw that. So I was just curious. Seems like I won to me. Now, let's see this one. Behaving like a female, you can't control your emotions. I'm pretty sure no father was present in the household. My mother and my father have been married for about 30 years, and they're still married to this day. So that's not true at all. I do have a father. And I think what you're doing is you're getting confused with emotions and you're not actually seeing what the algorithm is. So because you're not intelligent enough to understand what I'm doing, I'm going to ask you to exit the community because you're stupid. I only want to have people in this community that are intelligent. Um, Anybody that's watching with any semblance of intelligence will tell you that the move that was done with the Charleston White was one that put me inside of the algorithm. So I won there. I got my money back. I won there. So it's no loss. I didn't lose. And on top of that, he might be facing wire fraud charges. So I won there too. Millionaire Bachelor wins all around. And on the father part, that's not true. My mother and my father have been together for over 30 years and they're still together to this day. Can't say the same about you. All right. Now, let's see. Let's start getting into these chats because I want to start reading some chats. I want to see. The One. What's up, The One? Shout out to you. Hey, MB. Fuck Charleston White. These YouTubers don't have any respect and integrity. They will never be great. No, of course not. I'm 50 million up. Charleston White is trying to get there. So who's winning? All right, One. We can hear you. One says 2,000 people. Yeah, that was kind of crazy yesterday. Top of the evening, MB Army. Of course. 17th and Venango, baby. You already know. That's some Philly shit. Only a motherfucker from Philly would know some shit like that. It kills the stigma when you materialistically overkill. Humanity is the voice of kings. Let me tell you something, bitch. The reality is, I don't give a fuck what people's opinions are. You in this motherfucking army, you're gonna respect this shit. And the reason why is because money is power. Power is money. And that's just the reality. I have it. I got the power. I got the juice right now. So nobody can tell me about anything materialistically. Yeah, I drive fucking fast cars. I fuck hot bitches, and I fly helicopters. That's gonna be what it is until the time I fucking die. That's never gonna change. I live in mansions. Yep, I live the high life. And the thing, and I'll tell you something. You said 17th and Venango, so that lets me know that you're from Philadelphia. The one thing that kills Philadelphia is they are, how can I put it? The thing about Philadelphia, and this is the reason why I had to leave Philadelphia and go to New York, just to live ultimately, is because they tend to be one of those people that constantly tell you to humble yourself. There is no fucking humbling yourself. Because if you humble yourself, everybody in this world is going to try to take and fucking humble you as well. Fuck that shit. Be who the fuck you are. If you gravitate to the Millionaire Bachelor message, then gravitate to that words that shit. If you don't, bitch, you already know where the fucking door is. I don't humble myself for nobody. This is what it is, bitch. You're dealing with the real one. Next, Millionaire Bachelor, do you think you can ever forgive Charleston and be the bigger man and turn over the cheek, even me as a hugging? What? First of all, I'm not kissing no man. That's number one. Number two, I mean, I think I'm kind of already being the bigger man, because my lawyer is contacting me and saying, yo, do you want me to press play? My lawyer is literally asking me, let me keep this up. My lawyer's literally asking me, do you want me to press play? Press play basically means like you want me to get him hemmed up because it's a wrap. We got him. We got the motherfucker on wire fraud. Nah, hold off. Don't do that. So I'm being a bigger person by not doing that. I could be a dick and say, you know what? Take his ass down. I could have been a dick with the Marquette character. Take his ass down. And I didn't do that. So who's really being the bigger person? Robert says, checkmate. Of course. What's the genre? Very lost. Well, it's follow up. Book smart, street smart. That's what it is. Boy, you snitching. You about to be blocked. You got finesse, blah, blah. Behaving like a female. We're not listening to that. Let me see something. Hold on, they got a button. I'm just gonna ban you because, here's the thing, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is my platform. I only allow people on my platform that I want to be on my platform. People might say, well, you're banning dissenting voices. Yeah, that's called life. Why the fuck would I want to be around somebody that doesn't like me? What the fuck? If you don't like me, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you fucking exit. That's it. Juice. Hold on. Let me see. Juice. Juice, you got 5 minutes to apologize, or I'm gonna help you fucking exit. You can fucking go with the broke people. The fuck out of here. I'm the motherfucker with the millions of dollars that's telling everybody how to get it. He's not doing that. He's telling everybody how to fucking self-destruct with his fucking stupid ass advice. I told motherfuckers how to skip wealth. I said, yo, this is what you invest in. This is what you do to make money. I did that. He didn't do that because he don't got the fucking knowledge to do that. So how dare you come inside of my chat and say anything? Hell no. We're not doing that. I'm not putting up with that. I put over of all this money inside of this YouTube shit. So you got 5 minutes to fucking apologize, or you're getting booted out and you'll never fucking be in another chat of mine. Fuck out of here. What does he say? He says, everyone you pay for an interview a bitch. I mean, technically, if I'm paying for your fucking time, then technically that means I'm buying your time. You're a bitch. I mean, you asked me a question. I'm just telling you the truth. Nobody can pay for my time. Nobody. You try to pay for my time, I'll tell your ass no. My time is not for sale. My time is for swimming and playing with my fucking puppies. Nobody can buy my time. I dealt with that in corporate America. That's why I don't sell shit, because nobody can fucking buy my time. And that's why my YouTube is so fucking powerful. My YouTube is so powerful because I'm literally beholden to nobody. These people had to sign deals to get Porsches. They had to sign deals to get Lamborghinis. They had to sign deals to get mansions. I had to sign my fucking self. I cared about myself. That was it. A Millionaire Bachelor. Okay, I already read that one. He says, why you wear the mask? I wear the mask because I have real money. And I live in major cities where I have actual mansions. And I have to walk outside. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I go online, I'm going to fucking blow up even more because I'm a fucking 6'3", 225-pound fucking millionaire. I'm gorgeous. You can even see the bone structure through the fucking mask. So could you imagine what would happen if my privacy would be gone? The most important thing to me is not the money. It's my privacy, bro. All these people that you listen to that want to be seen and want to be famous, guess what? They're the fake ones. They're the fake ones because they want fame. Millionaire Bachelor, I don't need the fame. I don't need the fame. I'm famous in real life. I drive the hottest shit. I don't need the fucking fame. Next. If you 50 million up, why you on YouTube? I was bored. I tell everybody that every single day. I was bored. And I watch YouTube. You know, on my day-to-day basis. I'm retired, bro. Like, I don't have a job. I employ a lot of people, but I technically don't really have a job. You know, I do shit when I want to do it. I know how to use my hands. I know how to build. I know how to do stuff like that. But, you know, I picked up artistry because I didn't have a fucking job. You know, once you own all of this shit, it's like you're just sitting back and you're not really fucking doing anything. So, you know, that's why I got on YouTube, because I wanted a fucking voice. But at the same time, I didn't want my face to be known. So, I mean, it is common sense. You know, but it's not common sense to individuals that don't understand the concept of privacy and that are stuck up in materialistic things. When after this live stream, again, I'm probably going to go swim in my pool. I'll invite you guys to come and, you know, swim in my pool. But that's better for me than all the fame. I don't want the fame. Everybody else can have the fame. I know if I rip this mask off right now, bitches are going to be, oh, can I suck your dick? I already know what the fuck is going to happen, because I already know what the fuck happens in real life. And he says, like any other rich guy gets bored, finding purpose on YouTube probably. Yeah, I mean, I was fucking bored. I was like, all right, what do? I want to do something else. I want to do something cool. So I got on fucking YouTube. I mean, when you're swimming inside of a pool, fucking bitches and doing all this shit, it kind of gets, I'm not saying it gets old, but you want to do something else. You want to spice it up a little bit. And that's why I got on fucking YouTube. I was like, all right, cool. I want to fucking spice this up. I want to see if I can create a community of people that think like me, because it's something called the algorithm. And that's what I've been able to do. I've been able to cultivate a community of individuals that either want what I have or that have what I have. And I'm cool with that. I just want to be around like-minded individuals that think like me. Even though I'm around like-minded individuals now, I'm like, fuck it. It's digital marketing. Let me see how far I can fucking take this shit. In the same way that I felt about the real estate market, I came in, balls deep, bag out, money out, interview, need that. And these motherfuckers had to dance like Bojangles for me. Yes, they did. They gave me those interviews. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. You think fitness is a good industry to make a million? Yeah, of course. Yeah, especially when you're doing it through like the digital. Let me put you back up. Especially when you're doing it through the digital marketing space, like it's endless things that you can do to make millions, bro. Listen, when I came to YouTube, I knew absolutely nothing about YouTube. I ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody that's been following me for the longest can probably write in the chat and say, yeah, this motherfucker knew nothing about YouTube. I was fucking putting voice notes on YouTube, and that shit was hot. I was putting fucking voice notes on YouTube, and that shit was hot. And over the last 6 months, I kind of understood how to use it. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is how much ambition do you have? How much of a wave do you want to make? Then you got to put some money in that shit and you got to make it work. I came to YouTube with that bag. So all these fucking creators couldn't say shit. You're not giving me nothing. I'm coming to the bag. I'm coming to you with the bag. Let's have this conversation. Now, there was a lot of conversations that I didn't come with the bag. You know, at the interview that I had with Andrew Wilson, which he lost, you know, he got close to like 200,000 subscribers, but he was on my dick because of my greatness. See, that's what happens when you have greatness. People fucking see that shit. And they're like, I want to be a part of this. So, you know, I didn't pay for every single interview, but a lot of them I did. Like, that's business. That's business 101. You know what I mean? What type of dogs do you own, Millionaire Bachelor? I own 2 English Bulldogs, tricolor English Bulldog. One is the same color as a Rottweiler, and the other one is she's known as a red-nosed English Bulldog. So English Bulldogs, when you get them in those type of colors, they're typically like $6,000-$7,000 a piece. So I got 2 dogs. I go swimming and I'll bring them out. The name is Bunny and Bear. You guys can see them in a bit. SLS says privacy is important. It's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing. You know what I mean? Because people don't understand. Like when I was so young, driving around in Porsches, I've been driving around. I'm in my early 30s now. I've been driving around in Porsches for 10 years. For 10 years. And the amount of hate that I got from the guys was crazy. The amount of love I got from the bitches was even more crazy. When you're in these northeastern cities that don't make that kind of money, like a Philadelphia, these motherfuckers gonna hate every single fucking day. So I experienced the negative side of fame. Man, I had bitches sitting on the back of my fucking 911 Porsche, riding around Broad Street, riding around City City Hall. Motherfuckers was upset. Who the fuck does he think he is? So when I experienced that was a learning lesson from me. I said, you know what? Fame is really not what you think it is. Yeah, you can fuck a lot of bitches. Bro, I was fucking porn star, all types of bitches. And I still am fucking all types of bitches. But when you're out there like that, it's a whole different ball game. You know, you got a whole different level of hate that's coming at you. So, you know, when people are like, well, why don't you show your face online? I just don't want to deal with that. I like my privacy. I like that I can go out after I get done this and, you know, we'll do a live stream in my swimming pool. I like that I can go out in my swimming pool and not have to worry about nobody. I like that shit. I like that whenever I want to, I can call a bitch over. Hey, man, you want to come over here? Let's go in my private swimming pool. Let me turn the lights on outside. Because motherfucker say it's a rental. I'm just kidding. But I'm going to turn the lights on because it's kind of, I want to make sure I get the light from outside with my tree. I always like my tree to be lit up. But yeah, renters generally don't have access to do shit from their phone. But yeah, let me see if I can. I'm going to open it up. Turn the light on. Let me see. Is it on? Come on, bitch. Turn on. Okay, it turned on. So yeah, I was just turning on my my light outside. I like to, you know, I like to show my tree off. But yeah, these motherfuckers ain't got no real money. So I'm not going to sit there and argue with Charleston White. Because at the end of the day, I'm being the bigger man by not even pursuing anything. Because I can literally fucking get him on so many different... That's why I did what I did. I literally split up the fucking 2 payments that I had with Charleston White because I said to myself, he's going to fuck up again. And each payment that I send him is a different case of wire fraud. And I never told... My lawyer is still like, yo, you want me to press play? And I'm like, nah, let's talk to him first. Let's talk to him first. But if I was as much of a dick as he was, then that motherfucker would be in jail right now. So let's call a spade a spade. Who's really the bigger person? Your life is in my hand, motherfucker. My life ain't in yours. Drop the entire interview you have. Dude, it was a live stream. It don't get no more entire than that. It's a live stream. A live stream is basically like literally I just come on like what I'm doing right now. So it's no way to edit you can't edit a live stream. Well, I think you can on the back end, but I really didn't. I didn't edit anything. Everybody saw from beginning to end. That's it. The day and age people will gladly give away their peace and privacy for fame. MB went the opposite, went against the grain. Yeah, I went against the grain because I understand what reality is, bro. When you come from these fucking inner city cities, it's a whole different ball game. You got a whole different level of hate that's coming at you. When I say I come from the trenches, I literally come from the fucking trenches, like 1,000%. You're not able to tell it because I don't like to embody that. I'm somewhere different. Yeah, I was from there, but I'm not going to let that dictate who I am. I'm going to be totally different. Even if that means I got to stop fucking talking to people. It is what it is. I got to get to that next level. If anybody know about North Philly, my grandma was what is it? My grandma raised me on 24th and Taylor in North Philadelphia. That is a horrible fucking area. If you walk around that area right now, you might get shot. Literally. I don't want to say the area in Brooklyn because I'm still tied to that. But if you literally walk around that area right now, your ass is probably going to get fucking robbed. That's where I come from. And now I'm in multi-million-dollar mansions and nobody gave me no fucking money. How did I get it? By being to myself. By not chasing clout. By not, hey, can I be a part of something? Fuck that. I am the something that people want to be a part of. I am the fucking wave. I am what's hot. If you don't believe that I'm what's hot, then that's cool. When it's hot outside, your ass can walk the streets and I'll be in my private swimming pool swimming with a big booty fucking blonde bitch. That's it. I'm not asking nobody for approval. And that's another thing. People said, let me give you some advice. How the fuck you gonna give me advice? I'm the one with $50 million. Let me give you some fucking advice, bitch. Get the fuck off YouTube and get some fucking more money. I don't need no fucking advice. That's why I'm here. If I needed advice, I wouldn't be here. If I needed advice, I wouldn't be fucking swimming in my own fucking pool that I bought downtown Manhattan. Are you fucking stupid? Think about it. Oh, yeah, I understand what you meant, Robert. Yeah. Bro, it all depends on what you're pushing. I got photographic memory, so I remember your last question. It all depends on what you're pushing. If you want to do this fitness shit, you got to push it to the next level. You got to be on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You got to push that to that level. Then guess what? People going to know who you are. Honestly, to tell you the truth, if you look at my YouTube, I only been on YouTube for a year. But half of that year, I was converting most of my portfolio to long-term rentals. So I've really only been on YouTube for about 6 months. Motherfuckers know my name. And I had no experience with social media. I wanted privacy so much, I didn't even have a social media for the last I didn't have a social media for the last 10 fucking years. And technically, I don't even have fucking social media. So what I'm basically telling you is, as a person that literally just got into the space and is fucking dominating, taking over, and making all these people my bitches, then if you're in the fucking gym space and that's what you do, make these motherfucking your bitches. You got to have that personality where it's like, you're not going to fuck with me. Because when I came in, all these fucking YouTubers like, no, man, I want to fuck with him, scam him. How the fuck you going to scam me? I'm $50 million up. It's only going to cost me It's only going to cost me $1,000 in a trip to Del Frisco's in Philadelphia to get you killed. So how the fuck are you going? Like, come on, man. See, these people don't understand because they've never seen the fucking top. And guess what? They've also never seen the fucking bottom. And you know why I'm unique? Because I've seen both. I've seen fucking both. When is your interview with Andrew Tate? Listen, man, I don't fucking know. Like, you know, Andrew Tate, I think he's a different, he's on his time. I'm on my time. You know what I mean? Andrew Tate, he left the whole America and Europe and he's, you know, living outside. I'm still in this shit. I'm still in this shit and I'm not letting nobody tell me what the fuck to do while I'm in it. So, you know, we're coming from different spaces, but I mean, you know, I guess that would be a cool interview to have. Millionaire Bachelor, since you sleep with so many hot girls, when you would you ever start an OnlyFans and fuck bitches with a mask on? Probably not, bro. Probably not. I mean, you know, if I would, I think people that start OnlyFans, they're desperate for money, and it's like I'm not desperate for money. You know, to your point, I can go on OnlyFans and make a fucking killing right now for fucking bitches just by being Millionaire Bachelor, but I don't need the money. That's why I don't charge people that watch me. You know what I mean? I don't charge people any money that watch me. Now, again, I do have a Patreon where it's like, if you want to know the secrets of real estate, then yeah, I'll tell you that. But the only reason why I charge for that is because ain't nobody gonna tell you the shit that I know. I can tell you that for a fact, because half the shit that I know is borderline illegal. It's definitely gray area. Nobody's gonna tell you that. Nobody. So I can't even have a phone conversation. I can't even fucking tell you. You gotta fucking we gotta meet up. We gotta go to a swimming pool. I know that you don't got no fucking listening devices on them, so I can tell you this shit. That's how, yeah, you can get caught up with that shit. So, but that's the only thing I'm selling. Other than that, man, and that's from a poll that I had. You know, I asked everybody, I said, do you want me to sell these services? Everybody said yes. I said, whatever you guys want me to do, I'm going to do. Before that, I said, I don't want to fucking sell anything. And I'm going to tell you why I don't want to sell anything. Because I like my fucking time. My time is important. I'm only on the fucking internet because I was bored with retirement. That's it. I was bored with retirement and I was pissed off with how the system is going and how these dudes are like, oh, I can't get no pussy. I can't get no pussy. I was tired of seeing that shit. I was tired of a whole lot of shit online. And I said, you know what? They need to see some real shit. That's why I came on. It wasn't to make no money. You know, now I do have shirts for sale. I'll tell you that. And listen, I'll be honest with you. The ones that have my face and my emblem on, you got to pay for that. And I'm going to tell you why you got to pay for that shit. Because I'm not cheap. I'm not fucking cheap. So I want when somebody puts on something that has my face on it, I want them to say to themselves, you know what? I feel proud to wear this because nobody else has it. Now, we have other things like the mask that I have. I put that down to a price where it's no profit for me. Why? Because I want everybody to have it. I have small things like stickers. I have small things like bath mats that don't cost any money. So it's like I got something for everybody. Those that want to spend money and those that do not want to spend money. I have something for everybody. Because for me, like I said, it's really not about the money. It's really honestly about the people that believe. You know, the belief is more important than the money. Because all my life, nobody's fucking believed until I get to a point where people are like, damn, I believe now. Why? Because I have shit. Kyle says he's doing an interview with Tate. No. Let's not start that. No, he said I'm in the streets. No. Yeah, I mean my slogan is, am I in the streets? No. Am I in the streets? Yeah. You know, because that shit is real. I'm tied to it. You know what I mean? Like, born in Brooklyn, raised in Philly, lived most of my early years in my 20s, probably like 25 to like 27. I lived in Washington, D.C. when I expanded my business in the Northeast section. So, you know, I have heavy ties to these cities, man. You know, I have heavy ties and people that will do a lot of things for me. And honestly, to tell you the truth, they'll do a lot of things for me for no money down because of what I represent. I represent the struggle. I represent what people, you know, when they say like, hey, man, I want to be more. I represent that. I don't take shit from nobody. It's no man that can sit up there and make me feel inferior. That's why when I got on the interview with Charleston White, you can't make me feel inferior, bro, because I'm 50 up. You trying to get there. I'm where you're at. So who needs to talk to who? And on top of that, I'm your boss. I paid you money. That means you got to dance like the little Bojangles monkey that you are. And do I feel bad about saying it? Fuck no, because Millionaire Bachelor don't feel bad about shit. I haven't cried in the last fucking 20 years. Why? Because I don't give a fuck. I'm that type of motherfucker. So all these people like, oh man, you're not tough. You're not from the streets. Yeah, all right. Why don't you go walk through 24th and Taylor? Dude, make that your daily habit in North Philadelphia and see what happens to you. I walk down that streets and ain't nobody fuck with me. When I moved to West Philadelphia and what was it? Shit, that was in the 90s. I'm in West Philadelphia in the 90s off of 52nd and Market, where it was known as the Dirty Dozen when they was throwing motherfuckers in trunks. Ain't nobody ever throw me in no motherfucking trunk. My family was too connected on a whole different level. I'm tied. Not only am I from this shit, I'm tied to this shit. And then when I made it out of there, I ascended to the top of the top. 2 days ago, I was on a penthouse in Manhattan with a motherfucker that supplies the entire fucking, what is it, Jewelers Row in New York City. These are my friends. My friends. Hey, Millionaire Bachelor, what you doing? You know what? You should sleep over my place. No, I got my own house. I'm going to sleep over there. I know motherfuckers at the bottom and I know motherfuckers at the top. That's what makes me special. These motherfuckers only know people at the bottom. These motherfuckers don't know sharks. They've never seen one. Oh, man, you know what? Your voice is too low. That's the motherfucker you got to watch out for. Oh, man, you wear a mask. That's the motherfucker you got to watch out for. But they don't think. They're not intellectually inclined. Millionaire Bachelor is. And I just told you, all the interviews that I've ever had where motherfuckers try to do dirty business with me, they wind up fucking losing. And the whole world sees it. Why? Because Charleston White was emotional that he couldn't run the interview. No, you can't run no fucking interview with me. You can't. You couldn't run an interview with me in person. You can't run an interview with me online. None of the motherfuckers that you got behind you, the little mom and pop shop you got. I got real lawyers, real accountants, real attorneys, real sharks. You ain't got that. Peace and prosperity to you, brother. Of course, Buddha Nagas. Have you ever witnessed anyone get shot? Shit, I've been in the situation where I shot niggas. Oh, it goes down. It goes down. I can say whatever I want to. I got my motherfucking mask on. Nobody know who I am. I've seen people get shot. I shot at people. It is what it is. You motherfuckers think that when you at the top, that you don't get your hands dirty. When you're at the top, that's when you get your hands the dirtiest. You just can get away with it a lot better. Have I ever seen somebody get shot? Did you not hear the places I said I came from? That shit was a daily occurrence. Rich Stacks. Shout out to you, Rich Stacks. #1 supporter. Highlight you. And the 1-2. Buddha Nagas. Fuck with you, bro. SCG80. Gotta shout out SCG80. That's my man's. I think April left because she's a dumb bitch. But if not, come on back in. I don't give a fuck. That's my life. Charleston showed up late and did some BS and lost. Yo, Britt, let me tell you something. The reality is when you're doing business, well, first of all, the #1 thing that you never do when you're doing business with another man is you never tell anybody else's prices. That's distasteful. You never do that. You never tell another man what somebody else paid you. And the reason why you don't do that is because he doesn't even realize he fucked himself over. Because now that he told everybody I paid him $2,500, they're going to try to undercut him. That's because he's not intelligent. And that's the real emotion. You know, when people start, spilling things like money, you don't do that. Even the people that I had issues with online, I never told their price. And I never told their price because it's some things, I have certain lines that I don't cross. Definitely don't tell them people's prices. I don't think that's a good thing. But that's his fucking price. He fucking charged that. I paid him. I paid him like the bitch he was. Robert says MB should do a documentary for Netflix. Netflix is a part of the moist mafia. Netflix like boys kissing boys. I don't like Netflix. I don't fuck with that. Millionaire Bachelor is a non-homosexual platform. Netflix is a completely homosexual platform. I shouldn't say that. Maybe let me just say that they're part of the moist mafia. They're part of the moist mafia. Let me just say that. Charleston is cat and a real life bitch. I mean, listen, man. When you're doing business with somebody, like I said, the one thing you don't do is you don't speak about, hey, man, you paid me such and such, as if I'm supposed to be ashamed of that. No, I paid you. I'm the boss. You're the worker. If anybody should be ashamed, it should be your ass. Like, you know what I mean? This shit blows my mind. Where were your most valuable lessons from age 20 to 30 when you built your wealth? What was your mindset and thinking at each level? Work-life balance. I mean, honestly, when you're trying to make it that young, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, when you're trying to make money that young, you got a hard dick and you're trying to fuck some pussy. Like, that's the reality. And the number one thing that's going to distract you from getting that wealth is trying to fuck all this pussy. Now, here's the thing. If you want to fuck some pussy, what you have to do is you can fuck the pussy, but you can't care about it. You got to fuck it, but not really care about it. And you got to go about if you want to get at this level is cutthroat. I'm going to tell you that right now. To be at this level, you got to be a cutthroat motherfucker. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You can't get here by not being cutthroat. I was nice for a long time. I was nice until the first person fucked me over in business. And once that happens, you can never go back. You can never go back because you're like, damn, there's people out here that's trying to fuck you over in business, blah, 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 blah. You're being nice, you're coming off. Yeah, you got some people like that. Because here's the thing. It's not about that person. It's about that person's situation. They could be a good person, but they're put in a situation where it's you versus them. You're in a jungle. See, people don't understand. They see all these nice buildings. I'm not in the jungle. No, motherfucker, you in the jungle. This motherfucker got to eat. And you in his way of eating. So what the fuck you think he's going to do? He's going to take advantage of you. He might be a fucking nice person deep down inside. But guess what? He got to eat. So that was the biggest lesson. You know, you don't trust anybody. You don't trust anybody. I'm not saying that you have to not trust everybody, but you can't fucking trust people, man. Can't trust people and chasing all this pussy. Don't watch TV either. TV is the devil. I'm gonna tell you why TV is a devil. TV is the devil is because it's gonna make you look at other people's lives and think that you should be living that. You know, my earlier podcast talk about how life imitates art. Because the people that are selling these products, they understand that, you know what? Let these people see what life should be so that they can live that. And then they lie to you and tell you that art imitates life. No, it doesn't. They tell you on the TV what to fucking believe, and then you do that shit. But what Millionaire Bachelor did, I didn't have a fucking TV. I could afford all the TVs I wanted. Never had a fucking TV. Never had a fucking TV. I have one now, but that's because my brain is at a point where I can decipher between real and fake. When you're in your early 20s, you can't decipher between real and fake. And even if you can decipher between real and fake, sometimes the fake looks fun. So you might want to fall into that path. Fuck all of that shit. Fuck the TV. Make this fucking money because you only got one life to live. You only got one life to live. You can't waste that going to the club every day, popping these bottles, you know, smoking all of this weed. You can't waste it that way. Guess what? If you like doing that, do it on certain days. Or if you like doing that, then do both of them at the fucking same time. But you gotta bust your ass and you gotta fucking work. You know what I mean? Because we got something called testosterone. We can't get away from it. We're men. We got a high level of fucking testosterone. What does that mean? That means we want to fucking bust these fucking nuts. We want to bust these fucking nuts. But what do you have to do? Turn the fucking TV off and train your brain to think something else. Because when you don't see those asses on the TV, you're not as horny. You know, I got 2 dogs. The only time that the dog gets horny is when the girl's in heat. Because I refuse to get them fixed. I'm not getting them fixed because I don't believe in cutting people's genitalia off. But what I'm basically saying is humans are really honestly only supposed to fuck when it's time to procreate. When they turn that TV on, they try to captivate your mind because they want your dollars. The motherfuckers that pay for pussy are the motherfuckers that make this economy go round. If men stop paying for pussy right now, this whole economy would die. I promise you. And how do they get to the men? Through social media, through the TV. So you got to cut that shit off and you got to grind. So that'll be my lessons to tell you guys, man. Focus, man. Focus up. Your biggest enemy is going to be you. That's why when people say this stuff, this crazy stuff in the comments, I don't focus on it because the toughest person that I had to face was myself. Nobody else is going to be more tough than I was at all. Because you have to look yourself in the mirror and say that you're worth something and really actually fucking mean it. Next. Likes are free. Support. Oh shit, I didn't even look. Get those motherfucking likes up. Hold on. Tell me what the likes are at. See, that's why. So we got a 1,000 sub party. Everybody that wears the mask, they're gonna be a part of the Millionaire Bachelor brand. And again, I already shared the picture, so you know there's no profit margin there. They bought the mask at the same price it cost to make it, so no profit margin. But the people that bought the mask, they're gonna be on my fucking team, and they're gonna be named Bachelor, whatever Bachelor they want to be. So you can be Pretty Boy Bachelor, you can be International Bachelor, you can be whatever you want to be. But the people that buy the mask at the 1,000 party, I'm going to christen them. And they're going to be the people that help me with the things like the likes, the chats and all that shit. So I'm bringing them on my fucking team. Everybody that supported me from the day one, I'm bringing them on my fucking team. And no, you don't got to pay no motherfucking money. All this shit is free. It's free. Do you read books? I just started reading Cyberx. It's a real game in there. My favorite book is called American Tragedy. It's a very difficult read. It's a classical sonnet, but it's fucking crazy. If you read American Tragedy in 1984, you'll think about the world differently. Like, I'll put it to you this way. People believe that, reading these self-help books and finance books are really what's going to propel you to the next level. It's not. Developing your brain is going to prepare you to the next level. And when you read something like a classical sonnet that really is difficult for you to read because it's in Old English, it really wakes your brain up. The only way that your brain operates is when it's woken up. And I'll give you an example. When you're looking online, it shoots you back something known as the algorithm. And that's why we had to get into the algorithm. So the algorithm is basically just all the things that you like in a cycle. So basically you start to stop looking for new content because they're just suggesting it to you. And when you stop looking for new content, your brain's not working anymore. So you have to do things that challenge your brain. You have to read things that are difficult. Not things that are super easy and plain at the 8th grade level. No. You have to read things that are complex, things with double entendres, things that have 13 different meanings. You have to read shit like that. Fuck all these self-help books that's not really fucking propelling you forward. You got to read a 1984. You got to read a Animal Farm. You got to read a fucking American Tragedy. You got to read even a fucking Life of Pi. You got to read books like that. That's really going to have you think on a different fucking level. So when a bitch come around, you like, hold on, bitch. I'm that guy. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. I'm that guy. I'm from Virginia. I don't know what is Moist Mafia. Is that elites? Is that slang for elites? Yes. Yes. What part of Virginia are you from? I got a mansion in D.C. Remember, I spent most of my latter 20 years, I spent that in Washington, D.C. when I was expanding my business. So, well, depending, because, Virginia's big. You can be in Hampton, you can be in Virginia Beach, you can be, Richmond, or you can be in Alexandria. Let me know where you're from, bro. I'm really interested. Meek said he's got more love in Philly. I don't know, man. I don't really listen to him, to be honest with you. Probably not in the areas that I'm from. Because it's a little different, In my situation, I took pretty much whole communities out of their situations and put them in the suburbs. So, You know, it's not a lot. It's not a lot that these people wouldn't do for me, man. You know, and I didn't have to sign a deal or get any type of approval for it. I was just that guy, you know, aka that nigga. All right, 17th Jefferson Street. Yep, North Philly. Oh, I know, Pedro. I know. I'm really from that. I'm really from that. So when these people say all this shit, that's like, oh man, you're not really from the streets. Think again. I'm just a motherfucker that don't have to embody the streets. I don't have to wear that. I have different vernacular. I have different vocabulary. But don't get it fucked up. I will pop your ass. I will slap your ass. I will stab your ass. I will do all extremes. If it comes to that, I'm going to avoid it. There's different layers to me. I'm on the top floor. When I go to my roof, I see the whole Manhattan. When I go to the roof in Philadelphia, I see the whole Philadelphia. When I go to my roof in my Washington, D.C. mansion, I see the Washington Monument. I'm on a different floor. Everybody doesn't get off on my floor. Everybody can't get on my floor. That's just the reality. Next. Once my app has a lot of users, I'm trying to get investors, which will grow the company and also will rent out a mansion as an office space and throw parties during the week. What do you think? It's not about what I think, my friend. It's about what you think. I just told you, man. It's about how much balls you have. This shit is really not even about intelligence. It's about how much you want to push the mold. Millionaire Bachelor came on the fucking line and knew shit, nothing. People were like, no, this motherfucker broke, his camera fucked up. But you know what the reality was? I just didn't know how to use that shit. That's how fucked up it was. And I came on this shit and I commanded this shit, man. So it don't matter what industry you in, bro. It matters about how much you fucking believe in your shit and how much you're going to convince other motherfuckers to believe in this shit. That's all it is, bro. They call it swag. You got to have that shit. And I'm telling you that because I want you to be successful. You can't sell nothing unless you can fucking sell something. I know that sounds fucking crazy, but what I'm saying is if you want to fucking sell something, my friend, you have to have the balls and the charisma to do that fucking shit. It's no way around it. The most successful motherfuckers were slightly psychotic. Is Millionaire Bachelor slightly psychotic? Probably. Let me look that area up. Hold on. You probably live near my friend then. My friend lives near Hampton. Let me see. Because now I'm curious. Let me see. VA. Oh, damn, man. You in the thick of it. Yeah, you definitely in the thick of it. Definitely country boy. I fuck with that. I fuck with the country, bro. I'll tell you one thing I'll tell you about girls from Virginia. They like to fuck. The whole DMV area. The DMV area. The DC, Maryland, Virginia. Those girls fuck way more than Philly. Way more than New York, they fuck a lot too, but New York is just a lot of drugs involved. I don't do drugs, but it's a lot of drugs involved. But Virginia, man, Virginia, DC, Maryland, those girls really put out, man. Those girls really put out. I'm getting my racks up, looking to go to the city to go really crazy. What you think about that? Atlanta. I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. Make sure you're grounded before you go to these places, these major cities where there's all these temptations around. Make sure you're grounded mentally because you don't want to be pulled in this direction. You don't want to be pulled in that direction. I'm not saying not to go to the city. What I'm saying is when you go to that city, make sure you're grounded. Because the one thing you don't want to happen is the city to take you over. You go into the city to have a good time and, before you know it, you on this drug, that drug, that drug, that drug. You have to have a personality that's really stoic in what you're doing. So just be careful with that. Preach. What's the next sub goal after 1K subs? Well, after 1K subs, we're gonna blast off into fucking future. We're gonna go to fuck after 1K, it's gonna be like 5K, that's gonna be like 10K. So I'm not worried about anything else after the 1 subs. Because once I can get 1, then that means I can shit. If I had 1 fucking person following me, that means I can get 1 million. That's how my brain works, and that's how everybody else's brain should work as well. If you can get $1, you can make 1 million. That's just how this shit goes. And you got to find a way to fucking do that shit. Millionaire Bachelor, I don't let anything hold me back. And that's why me and Charleston White has beef. We have beef because he thinks that his internet prowess is going to outshine what I've done in real life. And that'll never happen. I gave him his respect. He didn't give me my respect. And I could be a dick. Like I said, I could be a fucking dick and fuck his whole shit up. So people say, well, why don't you be the bigger man? Well, I'm being the bigger man. I'm being the bigger man. The motherfucker committed wire fraud, and the only thing I did was make a t-shirt out of it. He should be fucking lucky. That's all I did. And not turn it over to my lawyer that has connections to the FBI, because it's all federal shit. Once you send money in the banking system, it's federal. So who's being the bigger person? The person that hang up the phone on me, or the person that's not pursuing these charges literally, that can get his ass hemmed up? Why? Why am I not doing that? Because I come from the struggle. I come from the struggle. And I know this motherfucker doesn't have the intellect, and he's just doing what he has to do to survive. And I'm not trying to put him where he fucking probably belongs to go, but I'm not even trying to even push it there. But I'm just showing you motherfuckers that I can, if I wanted to. Because again, I'm the boss, he's the employee. Everybody saw that. He said I paid him $2,500. Typically, the person that's paying you is what? That's the boss. I went to school in Atlanta, and back in the day, and everybody was on lean and pills. Exactly. Exactly. If you can navigate in those areas and not get caught up, I say fucking go. You know what I mean? Go make your bag. I mean, for men, I'm going to tell you the truth. For men, what you got to do, whenever you go to a main city, you got to create like a roster of 3 bitches. Why? Because that's going to stop you from doing stupid shit. When a dude doesn't have any bitches, he's going to do some stupid shit. When he has no bitches, he's going to go out, do this drug, that drug, that drug. Get 3 bitches. The easiest way to get 3 bitches, maybe go on one of these dating apps, turn your settings up high, fucking get a bitch that's a little bit older, you know what I mean? Just so you can get some nuts off, bust some nuts, and then you slowly wean yourself off of her, but don't wean yourself off of her before you got the next bitch. And you get like a little stable roster. So once you have a stable roster, you really ain't got no reason to go out there and go crazy. Now you could be in the city, you can navigate, make your moves, and do what you got to do. Again, men, we have something called testosterone. That's going to make us want to fuck these bitches. I don't know about you guys, but I love fucking bitches. And the only way that I don't go crazy for fucking bitches is I got me a little roster. I got me a Brazilian bitch. She actually cleans my home. She cleans my home. And one day, she sucked my dick. I got that bitch. I got another Puerto Rican bitch that lives. I'm not going to say where she lives at because she watches my content, but she, lives in one place. Got a white bitch in New York. I got an Indian bitch in Philly too. She's a whore. But yeah. I fuck her whenever I want to. I got like 3 bitches in Philly. The shit just get hairy when you at the top, man. When you really got that money that's coming in, it just, you know what I mean? It's just like a network of bitches that keep flowing your way. Just because that's just how God made it. But I wasn't always there. I'm not gonna lie and say I was always there. I was always fucking bitches, for sure. I was always tall. I mean, well, I wasn't always tall, but I had a growth spurt. I'm 6'3", good-looking guy. I was always fucking bitches. But what I'm saying to you, man, is when you go to a new city, you got to establish your bitches, because one thing you're going to want to do is fuck these hoes. And we all know when you want to fuck these hoes, it's going to lead to some bad decisions, man. I think I got the discipline, and I got a thick white chick getting me some money on OnlyFans. I'm trying to get into pimping. Oh shit. Yo, I mean, I don't mean to laugh at your dreams, man. I mean, shit, I know you're gonna make a lot of money with that, but that was just funny to fucking read. I ain't gonna lie, man. You always need a thick white bitch on the roster. Like, honestly, you need a thick white bitch and a skinny white bitch too, but not like too thick. Like, some curvy white bitch and also a skinny white bitch. The reason why you need a skinny white bitch is because you can take her places. The curvy white bitch, she only can come in through the back door at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And also the skinny white bitch, that's the only bitch that can go inside of the portion. You can't put no fat bitch inside of a portion. If you put a white bitch inside of a portion, then you gotta get the keys back. You gotta get the keys back. You can't do that. Can't do that. Especially if it's a 911. If I ever see you with a thick white bitch in a 911, it's a problem. You can't do that. But like I said, it's good to have you a little roster, and it's also good to have a bitch that's bringing in income. And I'm glad you brought that up. So you always want a bitch that's bringing in some money. You know, always want a bitch that's bringing in some money. Why? Because nowadays bitches don't respect you unless she's bringing in some money. I'm a multimillionaire and I still make bitches pay. Shit don't change, because if I pay for everything, then the bitch is gonna look at me like a trick. You can't have that in this day and age. You need a bitch that when you bring out your card, she throws her card down too. It's not because you want her to pay, it's because it shows this bitch is not trying to take advantage of me. But then again, you got to watch out for the bitches that do it the opposite way too. All right, it says, right, I need a solid roster so I'm not chasing and can lock in, and the down chicks can do the recruiting. That's what I'm saying. You know, that's what I'm saying. Because, you know, when I moved into Manhattan, you know, because I'm from Brooklyn, when I moved into Manhattan, I damn near almost lost my mind. But I was old enough not to lose my mind. You know what I mean? But I know if I was young, if I was in my early 20s, oh, man, I'd have been busting nuts everywhere. But the fact that I was a little bit older, you know, I contained myself. But a main part of not spending money is just having a roster of bitches, man. You need to have a roster of bitches, because we have something that women don't have. It's known as testosterone. We can't control it up here. It's in our dicks, bro. You know, it's in our dicks. So that would be my most solid advice. If you want to go there, get a roster, focus, lock in. If anything, have these bitches help out with the business. It's easier for a bitch to get money than a guy. It's easier for a bitch to get money than a guy, man. Even an ugly bitch. You know? Fat chicks need love too, but they gotta pay. Rich Stacks. Now, I mean, I don't advocate for fat chicks. I cannot advocate for that. I would say this with fat chicks. If you're down bad, like really down bad, it's okay for one night stand, but don't let her come into the front door. You know, I don't do fat chicks. I had this one chick. She was about 5'11", beautiful woman. Well, she's pretty beautiful, curvy. But even that, she had to come in through the back door. So I would never let her come in through the front door, ever. And we never went out, none of that. And I would have been still fucking her to this day, but she wanted a relationship. Because when I fuck these bitches, I hit them with that real dick. I don't hit them with that fucking I'm rich and I don't like to fuck dick. I hit you with some dick, or you'd be like, damn, this motherfucker's broke. That's how I'm fucking these bitches. I'm long stroking these bitches. I'm grabbing them by their neck. I'm slapping them in their face. Sometimes I spit on the bitch face. I mean, it depends on how I'm feeling. I'm a real freaky motherfucker. You know, but in the conventional sense, I'm not with all that other shit. All that weird shit, sticking your dick in holes and getting it sucked. I'm not into that shit. I'm in the conventional shit. I just do what I do and I do it well. That's all. All right, we've been on this motherfucker. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, we've been on this motherfucker for an hour. I'm going to live stream from the swimming pool and give me 15 minutes. I'm going to live stream from the swimming pool. We'll pick up the conversation. All right, see you guys soon.